Hello everyone. Welcome to the Tech Sharmit vlog. Today, we take you on a vibrant and heart-touching journey through Chokhi Dhani Jaipur, where Bharat's rich Rajasthani culture comes alive. We had the honor of hosting our dear friends Mike and Amanda, who traveled all the way from London, and together we celebrated tradition, friendship, and the beautiful bond between Bharat and the world. Let's begin this unforgettable evening. On a beautiful evening in Jaipur, we stepped into the vibrant cultural heaven of Chokhi Dhani, a place that beautifully embodies the colors, traditions, and spirit of Bharat's rich Rajasthani heritage. With the divine blessings of Lord Krishna, our family had the privilege of hosting this special evening in honor of our esteemed guests, Mike and Amanda, who graciously joined us all the way from London. This evening wasn't just a festivity. It was a heartfelt tribute to friendship across oceans. The staff of Chokhi Dhani offered a traditional tilak to Lord Krishna, honoring the divine presence that guided the celebration. A truly sacred beginning. Following this, our honored guests, Mike and Amanda, who came all the way from London, were welcomed with open hearts and folded hands. As the tilak was gently placed on their foreheads, they responded with a warm namaste, a moment that reflected the respect and joy of two cultures meeting in harmony. Then came a special moment for us, the hosting family, to be welcomed in traditional style. The Chokhi Dhani staff greeted us with a tilak on our foreheads, a sacred blessing that marked the beginning of this cultural celebration. With warm smiles and hearts full of excitement, we guided our guests through the grand entrance of the resort. The air was fragrant with incense, and the soft sounds of traditional Rajasthani music floated in the background. My mother, with a gentle smile, offered a fresh rose to Amanda, a gesture of grace and affection. Amanda accepted it with heartfelt gratitude, clearly moved by the sincerity of the moment. Then, my father extended a rose to Mike, a quiet yet powerful symbol of welcome and respect. Mike nodded with appreciation, touched by the gesture and the atmosphere around him. After the warm welcome with flowers, we took a few moments to relax and connect. Later, we clicked a few family pictures together. Moments that spoke of love, unity, and the coming together of two cultures. The photos may be still, but the joy they hold is alive forever. As the warm lights of Chokhi Dhani glowed around us, I had the joy of walking Mike and Amanda through the beautifully curated museum, a vibrant space that tells the story of Bharat's traditional lifestyle, craftsmanship, and agricultural wisdom. We paused near a display that showcased ancient farming tools, and I explained to them that Bharat has always been a Krishi Pradhan Desh, a land where farming is not just an occupation, but a way of life. In every corner of our country, the soil is considered sacred. From sowing to harvesting, every act is tied to devotion, nature, and community. I shared how even today, millions of families in Bharat are directly connected to agriculture, feeding not just our own people, but contributing to the world. Mike and Amanda listened with deep interest as we moved on to see the traditional Rajasthani kitchen setup, complete with clay pots, brass utensils, and hand grinders. Amanda curiously asked about the way food was once prepared, and I explained how every item had a purpose, designed not just for utility, but for health and sustainability. We admired the beautifully carved wooden cutlery, the traditional musical instruments like Rav Nehetha and Dholak, and ancient weapons that once belonged to the brave warriors of Rajasthan. Mike nodded in admiration, and Amanda reflected on how something so simple could hold such deep meaning. This walk through tradition was more than just a tour. It was a journey across centuries, where two worlds came together to share values, stories, and respect. After sharing stories and smiles, my sister led Mike and Amanda toward the authentic Rajasthani kitchen, As we entered, the aroma of spices, ghee, and wood-fired cooking filled the air, a reminder of how food in Bharat is not just nourishment, but an experience rooted in warmth and tradition. We showed them the traditional setup, clay stoves, copper utensils, and handmade rotis being prepared with love. Amanda was especially fascinated by the process. Soon, we all sat down to taste the richness of Rajasthani cuisine. Mike and Amanda appreciated every bite, saving the flavors and acknowledging the effort that goes into preparing a meal so full of culture and love. It was more than just a meal. It was a memory shared through food, laughter, and tradition. We continued our walk and entered the traditional shopping lanes. Here, beautifully handcrafted items lined the stalls, and among them, the most captivating were the idols of Hindu gods and goddesses. Amanda and Mike were touched by their beauty and meaning. We shared the stories behind these deities. They admired these treasures deeply. Later, we came across a truly fascinating stall, a rice writing shop, where an Indian artist was performing a delicate, ancient craft, writing names on a single grain of rice. We watched in awe as he held the grain under a magnifying lens and used an ultrafine tool to inscribe it with incredible precision. The artist kindly paused and explained the process to all of us, how it takes years of practice, steady hands, and complete focus to master this traditional form of microart. Mike and Amanda were truly amazed, having never seen anything like it before. Moved by their admiration, we requested the artist to create a special personalized gift for their beloved daughter. He carefully wrote her name on a tiny grain of rice and placed it inside a beautifully handcrafted wooden box lined with velvet and adorned with subtle Rajasthani carvings. It was more than a gift. It was a symbol of Bharat's artistic soul, wrapped in thoughtfulness and love. A small treasure for their daughter, carrying big blessings from our land. While we were at the rice writing shop, my father and mother were wandering through the many charming corners of Chokhi Dhani, soaking in its vibrant spirit. They strolled through narrow, lantern-lit lanes, paused to admire beautifully decorated walls, traditional huts, and colorful Rajasthani artifacts that adorn the pathways. Every corner seemed to tell a story of culture, tradition, and the pride of Bharat. They clicked pictures near a traditional bullock cart, smiled under an arch of marigold garlands, and posed beside handcrafted statues and earthen lamps. My mother, dressed in traditional attire, looked like she belonged to the very spirit of the place, while my father, graceful as ever, took a moment to appreciate the rhythmic beats of the folk music playing in the background. It was a joy to see them relishing every detail, not as hosts, but as admirers of the timeless beauty of their own culture. They may not have been at the rice writing stall with us, but in their own way, they were capturing the soul of Chokhi Dhani with every step and every smile, creating memories etched not just in photographs, but in the heart. Before Mike and Amanda arrived, I took some time to explore the resort on my own and stumbled upon one of the most serene spots in Chokhi Dhani, a thoughtfully recreated scene of the sacred Ganga Ghat. The sight was breathtaking. Stone steps led down to a still water body, where flickering diyas floated gently, casting a golden glow in the twilight. Sculptures of saints in meditation, the echo of temple bells, and soft chants playing in the background made it feel as if I had been transported to the banks of the real Ganga. Even though I was far from the holy river, this space held the same spiritual calm and divinity. I paused to offer a silent prayer, feeling a deep sense of gratitude for the moment, for the evening, and for the opportunity to share this cultural richness with friends from afar. I clicked a few pictures here, hoping to later show Mike and Amanda the symbolic glimpse of Bharat's spiritual heart, a piece of Varanasi brought alive in Rajasthan. As the evening deepened, we made our way to the grand dining area, a space that radiated the royal charm of Rajasthan. The setup was nothing short of majestic, royal seating, ornate brass thalis gleaming under soft lighting, and the warm hospitality of servers dressed in vibrant Rajasthani attire. We all sat down together, my family, Mike, Amanda, ready to savor the legendary Rajasthani cuisine of Bharat. One by one, the dishes arrived. Each bite was an explosion of flavor, rich in spices, tradition, and love. Mike and Amanda were amazed by the variety and depth of the tastes. They tried everything with curiosity and delight, appreciating every detail with warm smiles. All the while, soulful Rajasthani folk music played in the background, their melodies dancing in the air like the desert breeze. The atmosphere was filled with laughter, shared stories, and a true sense of togetherness. It wasn't just dinner, it was a celebration of culture, connection, and gratitude. This was more than just a meal. It was Bharat's royal welcome served on a plate. After dinner, the night came alive with rhythm and joy as Rajasthani folk performers invited everyone to join in the celebration. The beats of the dholak, the soulful tunes of the sarangi, and the lively folk songs created an irresistible energy in the air. We couldn't hold back. My father, sister, Mike, and Amanda all joined the dancers and swayed to the traditional tunes. Even though the steps were new for our guests, they danced with pure enthusiasm and joy, laughing and moving with the rhythm of Bharat's desert soul. It was one of those moments where cultures blended effortlessly. No language, no boundaries, just music and smiles. Mike later told me he had never experienced something so heartwarming and vibrant. Under the starlit sky of Jaipur, we danced not just with our feet, but with our hearts. As the magical evening came to an end, we gathered together one last time under the warm glow of lanterns. We clicked a few more pictures, smiles wide, hearts full, and souls contained. Each snapshot captured not just faces, but the bond we had built that evening. It was time to exchange gifts. A beautiful tradition that goes beyond just giving. It's about sharing a part of ourselves. We presented Mike and Amanda with a handcrafted gift from the rice artist. A delicate creation enclosed in a special wooden box, made especially for their daughter. Amanda was touched, and Mike's eyes welled up with emotion. To our surprise and delight, Mike and Amanda also gave us thoughtful gifts they had brought all the way from London, each item reflecting their culture and appreciation for ours. I was truly overwhelmed by their warmth and generosity. At that moment, there were no goodbyes, only gratitude, shared culture, and deep respect. Mike, holding the gift gently, said, "We'll never forget this evening, this family, and this place." With folded hands and heartfelt namaste, we parted ways, leaving Chokhi Dhani with hearts filled with love and memories that would live forever. It was more than just an evening. It was Bharat's soul meeting the heart of the world.